Alright guys, Brighton and Crystal Palace have just drawn 1-1 in a very entertaining game. Um, Brighton definitely dominated for pretty much 90% of the game. They were by far the better side. But it was pretty much the usual story with Brighton. A lot of possession, a few chances, not many goals. In this case, zero. Just once again, finishing just wasn't there tonight again this season. Um, and that's been pretty much the case under the entirety of Graham Potter's reign as Brighton manager so far. Yeah, in the first half, there were a few chances. Jack Butland had to make a superb save early on after a defensive error for Palace left Leandro Trossard through on goal. Butland did make a very good save though. And also the penalty came for Brighton just before half time. For me, it was definitely a penalty on the corner. Will Hughes, you can't have your arm all the way around a player's neck and sort of pull him towards you and not expect to give a foul away. It was stupid defending, to be honest. Yeah, definite penalty. And Pascal Gross took it, and poor penalty, one of the worst I've seen. If you're going to fire it down the middle, you've got to do it as hard as possible. And he hasn't. He's sort of done that thing when when you're like putting a cross in the box in training, you sort of try and slice under it and get a bit of backspin on it for some reason so it holds up. He's done that. It's slightly to the right of the centre of the goal. As long as Jack Butland either stays in the middle of his goal or goes to his left, then he's pretty much saved it with his legs or saved it with his hands. So it's a crap penalty. The only way it goes in is if Butland guesses the wrong way, which he didn't. So yeah, shocking penalty. And then just a minute later, Brighton thought they took the lead through Neil Maupay, and it was a foul, definitely though. Jack Butland caught hold of the ball and was like on diving down. Maupay's sort of gone to kick it, but he's jumped into it, and he has taken the ball out of Butland's hands when he did have control of it. So for me, it's definitely a foul. So I think VAR pretty much got everything correct tonight. I don't think you can argue too much with either decision. Although, once again, the length of time they did take to make each decision was a bit unneeded, I think. And they probably didn't need to ask the ref to look at both cases, especially the goal, the disallowment. For me, that was fairly easy to disallow. He's taken it out, Maupay's taken it out of Butland's hands. There's nothing more to it. And yeah, in the second half, it was pretty much more of the same. Tariq Lamptey came on for Lallana, who got injured, and Lallana, that's pretty much been the story of his career for the past probably 5 years now. Just consistently getting small injuries, stopping him from getting any sort of real form going. Although this season, to be fair, he's been quite good for Brighton. But yeah, over the past few years, he's just had far too many injuries, which, is a shame because he is a quality footballer. But Lamptey, when he came on, was giving the left side of Crystal Palace's team all sorts of problems. He's just brilliant to watch. Lamptey, he has the low centre of gravity, he has the speed, and he's a very good dribbler. So he's really exciting to watch. Although out of nowhere, Crystal Palace took the lead. They went on the attack, and cross was put in. Jeff Schlupp took a touch, but I can't tell if it was really a poor touch or if he just sort of decided not to shoot, and then he went to the byline, cut back on himself, and did really well to pick out Conor Gallagher. So in the end, it was really good play by Schlupp. And with Gallagher, it was brilliant finish, great touch, and to pick out the far corner was brilliant. Considering there were quite a few players in front of him, Adam Webster was charging in on him, and he also had Dan Burn on the line. Who, if you're picking one Brighton player you don't want on the line to try and block one of your shots, it's probably Dan Burn. He covers up a fair portion of the goal. But yeah, Gallagher did really well to score from there. And then Brighton kept going forwards, and they had a few opportunities. Adam Webster had a couple of headers where it was like, well, why is he not like getting good contact on it? It's a free header, and he seems to each time let it like slice off the side of his head, and yeah, I couldn't understand that at all. But yeah, Brighton did eventually get the equaliser from a cross from Neil Maupay, and Joachim Andersen turned it into his own net through the legs of Jack Butland, who actually had a really good game today. Jack Butland, he had a bit of a shocker against Millwall in the Cup last week, but today it was like watching the Jack Butland who played for Stoke a few years ago. Yeah, he played really well. Some other great performers today were Michael Elise. He's just phenomenal. There was one moment where a cross is put in for Brighton. Anderson gets a flick on it to like stop it from getting to, I think it was Danny Welbeck. And it falls to Michael Elise inside his own box. He's got a player behind him. I think it might have been Kukurea. And he just, without even looking, just kicks it over his head and runs past him, and he's off. It was brilliant piece of skill. Yeah, he was brilliant tonight. Elise, he was one of Palace's only real good attacking players. To be honest, Odsonne Edouard was really quiet, and Eze still getting up to speed really after his injury. But Brighton, they played really well. I thought Jakob Moder had to score at least one of his chances. He did miss a couple of good chances. But yeah, we finished 1-1. Brighton will definitely feel as... Well, it's weird because Brighton were definitely the better side, but Crystal Palace will feel disappointed not to come away with all 3 points, having been in the lead after about 86 minutes when the own goal went in. But yeah, anyway, finished 1-1. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.